take me, it might take me honestly like a couple of hours. It's super slow downloading, but I'll download the video and then I'll put it on YouTube and send you a link to the video.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Okay, cool. All right, here we are. Okay, so, all right, so you're already in searching for the address of the property that you're listing?
Yes, it's this one right here.
Okay, perfect. Okay, it's opening the report. So at the top of the screen, you're going to have two tabs. The Remind tab on the left will take you back to the map, because this, and it's going to be like up at the very top. Yes. You'll see that's it. That's going to be the map.
Okay.
Okay, but it didn't. Oh, here's what you want to do. Okay, so on the screen, right below where you type in the address, you see the space that says properties. It's like a little toggle. Switch it to properties. Perfect.
Okay.
Now, execute that search again for the address, because we really wanted it to pinpoint the address, not open the report.
What am I doing wrong?
No, it's not you.
Do I click show on map? Do I click property details, show on map?
Show on map. That's it right there.
Okay.
It just automatically opened the details. That's weird. I don't like that. Okay, there it is. Okay, now, so since I love the idea of going after, marketing to people who are renting in the area. I think that's brilliant. So since you would be marketing to, or one of the pools will be data for marketing to people who are renting in the area. For this search, we're not going to worry about eliminating properties that are actively on the market, because it doesn't matter. Actually, that's even better. Like if your house is about to sell and you're renting it, I want to get you. I want you to see my marketing material. So normally there's a filter at the top of the screen next to where it says properties. It's just to the right of properties, and it just says add filter. Okay. Normally I would add the filter for off-market properties, but in this instance, we're not going to. We'll probably do more than one search and pull some owner occupied as well as the non-owner occupied, and just get a really good list that way.
Okay.
What was the count? How many
I'd like to do 500.
Okay, that's a good number. That's a really good number. Okay, so on the left-hand side of the screen, on the left of the map, are going to be the filters that we are going to use. The first one that you want to use is kind of towards the bottom above where it says Google, and that has a little area that'll say land use. So all we're going to do with the land use is make sure that we're not trying to market to commercial properties. So
Okay.
you'll click land use and it'll open a menu. Yes, and then just residential and apply. You got it. Okay. Building type. You can do building type as houses. Is this an area where they're doing those weird condo things where it's like a standalone house, but it's a condo? Because if they have that, I would select condo also. But in a way, it's like, I don't know how much I care.
Yeah, I think I'd like it to go to single family, condo, townhome, multifamily.
Like everything.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you on that. All right. Then you'll use the arrows at the top to go up. You got it, just like that. And then go to absentee. And this is where you'll do include corporate, absentee, in-state, and out of state. Okay. Okay, so see at the top right, above where you can select the properties, it says 60 results. That 60 results is based on how closely you're zoomed in on the map right now. Okay. So you can zoom out and do a shape to encompass more of an area. Another thing that you can do is search by property value. Like if you wanted to find people who are renting properties that are over a certain dollar amount, you could.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, so it'll be towards the top, has a little dollar sign that says property value. That's it. Oh. Hold on, I'm sorry. I got to text my boss real quick. She's trying to call me. Okay. Okay. All right. So with this, I typically don't use the little pick menu that they give me. I'm going to use the minimum and maximum. I think we just do a minimum and look for, okay, so these are, okay, I see what's going on here. Okay, that's interesting. That's super interesting. Look at those lease values where it goes from 1975 to 5,200.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then here's one that's a sell.
That's a for sale. Mm-hmm. But that means somebody is leasing that property that's for sale. They're about to be without a home.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Super interesting.
Yeah. So these are definitely people that I
want to target. Oh, 100%. It's just on the minimum value coming up with that minimum dollar amount that you would want to search by. I mean, I would say no less than 500,000.
So because it could be just the for sales also. Is there maybe I just take this list as it is, the 1,122, and just slice it once we get pull the information out, because it looks like if I go in once I've got 246, and if I go out once I've got over 1,000, and then we could kind of look at it better to know that way we're not eliminating a house that
might really be good to market.
Yeah. Also, is there a way I can hone in more closely to where the house is? Like, here's where the house is right here.
Yes. Okay. So on the right-hand side, there's going to be some little shapes. That's it. Yes.
Maybe I'll draw
circle's easiest for sure.
How do I move the circle?
To edit the circle, you can go up to the very top of the screen. It'll say overlay circle with the radius. Yeah, you can delete and start over there. You got it.
Okay, circle.
Oh, did it go? Yes. Okay, there it is.
Okay, so that gave me 199 results. Okay.
Okay.
Let's do a little bigger circle.
Yeah.
That's good. We could slice on 616. I think. What do you think about this strategy about kind of going closer to the center versus farther out? And is this a good strategy, or do you think it'd be better to?
Yes. No, I think this is a very good strategy because you're going to grab those people who they obviously want to live in that area.
Okay.
I think that I like that. I like that.
Okay, awesome. So this is good because these are all renters and they're all really close to where this is.
They're all really close.
Yeah.
Yes. And theoretically, they're probably renting properties that are close to that price range. You can see, like, just looking at that list on the right, the third property down at 390, that one's probably a lower one. But like you said, if we just organize some stuff on the spreadsheet, That would,
Yeah.
that's where we're going to eliminate some of those.
Yes. Okay, cool. So then let me see if I remember from the last time we did this. Don't tell me, give me a second. I'm going to figure out how to download it. I've got the information. Oh, I should save search.
Yes.
Okay. Then I'll do this Moss Street renters.
Perfect.
Okay. Got my search saved. Okay, now can I figure out how to download it again?
Okay.
Searches.
You have
Save
to,
searches.
okay, so your safe searches will be here. So when you come in here and you're ready to run that list and download it, here's what you'll do. You'll come to the screen. Then it's not super intuitive. You click on the search name that doesn't look clickable. That's how you run the search.
Okay.
Exactly. Then you're going to pull those into what's called the cart.
Okay.
So top right, you'll
Select
do
all.
your select all. That's it. And then
Cart.
cart at the top right. Mhm.
It's like, so my cart name will be Moss Street Renters.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And then you're going to add those. You got it.
So then I just click on it and opens it up.
Okay. You'll go to the left and click carts on the left. It's right below safe searches. You got it.
I feel like I'm starting to remember some of it.
Yes, you're like, it's coming back to me. Okay, here on the left-hand side, you're going to do a select all above the check boxes, and then you can export. The only thing on that we'll need a change on the export. Oh, no, we won't. Look at you. You already added it. Oh, you're good.
Well, no, we did it last time.
Oh, okay.
And I must have clicked make these my default export settings.
Yeah.
See, there's one benefit. There's one benefit to doing it 4 times.
We did it right. You're learning. You are learning. That is awesome. So the system will pop up a message at the top of the screen once that download is ready. If you're not logged in when that happens, on the bottom left, there's a little alert section. It'll pop up there instead, and it'll just have like a little number 1 and a download option.
Okay, cool.
Um,
while we wait for that, I have another question for you. Okay, so my client knows that I'm working really hard to represent her in the sale of her house, but she has a brother who keeps saying, dump your realtor and hire somebody else because she's not getting the job done. Because the house has been listed now for 57 days. And just so you know, I ran the days on market for that area, and the average is 60. So I'm still less than the average days on market.
Okay.
Plus the house is probably 80,000 above what the market is telling me it's going to sell for. Despite my very best efforts, I can't get her to lower the price. So the brother has said, like, when I sold my house in 2019, blah, blah, blah. So I know what his address was in 2019. And I know what the situation was looking at the data from 2019. But I'm not really sure how to use the data to paint him a picture of how the market is today versus how the market was in his experience in 2019. Just don't know. I don't know what to do to show that information, to write the story.
I'm going to show you. So while we wait for that to download, let me open something and share it with you. Hold on. Okay. All right. So I'm going to switch to sharing my screen, and then we'll switch back.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Oh, member satisfaction. I don't even care. Read later. Okay. All right, so what I would do with this is I would run some stats and provide some stats because you're right. Average days on market now is not what it was in 2019. These are not even comparable markets. So I would go into the stats here at the top of Matrix. And in this stats, you can run a couple of stats, but of course, days on market is primary here. I'm going to go to customize. And in the customize screen, I'm going to choose a time frame. And in this time frame, let's just do 2019. So for 2019, the stat I want is going to be the average. I'm not going to do, actually, no, I'm not going to do CDOM. I'm going to do, where's days to sell? Here it is. Days to sell average. So days to sell will be the ADOM. CDOM would be that cumulative date where if the property was taken off the market and then relisted, it would add all that up. Okay. So you want days to sell average. And I'll play with it, to be honest. I'm going to look at average, and then I'm also going to look at median. And then let's group this. I'm going to group it by month just to see. Do you know what zip code that was in?
Yes. I have the address. The zip code is 7748.
Okay. So I'm going to pop in the zip code. You could do a city subdivision, whatever you want here. I'm going to make sure that we're pulling residential properties, and I'm going to do it as a house. So we can include some other property types if it makes sense too, but let's look at houses first. Now I'm going to generate, and I'm a data person, so I'm going to go to the data. Well, that area actually that's kind of high for 2019, I feel.
Yeah, and it says 35 days, and his took about that. Yeah. So it was in March. Yeah.
It was in March. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you can see right here, March through August was a little bit lower. But I mean, overall, compared to what we were seeing in other areas that were like 1 to 2 weeks, this is a little higher than those other areas were. Well, yeah, what was the price point that his property was in?
It was listed for $249. It closed for $240.
Oh, shut the front door. He's trying to compare that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, he's fired. I would tell her, you need to fire your brother from giving you any advice ever. Okay. So watch this. Let's go back to the search. Okay. And now we're going to let's just do 240 to 250. Okay, dude, why didn't you fire your realtor? Look at these numbers. He sat on the market for over 30 days. He should have been on the market for 2 weeks, max.
Yep. Yeah.
That is not the same. He's trying to compare a low dollar property to something that's over 600,000. No.
Yeah. That's why I'm having such a hard time finding some kind of numbers that will paint him the picture to explain the story when we're comparing oranges and apples.
100%. 100%. Here's something else. Let's look at this. Let's go back to the search. Let's do past 12 months. And okay, remind me of the price range that yours is in again. I forgot.
240 to 250.
The listed.
Oh, mine. Yes, mine is it's 639.
Okay, let's do 625 to 640. Okay. And what's your zip code?
78722.
Oh, there's like nothing on the market. They don't have enough to even show data. There's not enough in that zip code to even show any data for this. They only found 7 listings for the past 12 months in that price range in that zip code. Let's look instead of the zip code. Let's just do Austin. Just to see. And your gut feeling is you think it's overpriced, but she won't come down on the price?
Correct.
I agree with you 100%. Because, yeah, if we're looking at these numbers, then we're thinking it should be around 30 days if it was somewhere else in Austin, but it's not. Let's look at this. Hold on. I'm going to take out Austin. Let's do the 22 zip code again. And let's look at close price average. I just want to see the zip code. I'm going to be honest. I just want to know what's going on. Oh, I left that price in there. Hold on. Let me go back. Well, and we can do, let's do 2 sets of stats. Days on market and price. Okay. Okay, so for the zip code, the average price is a bit higher. They do have lower days on market.
But here's the thing with my house, it's pre-remodel. And all these are post-remodel. So these, like, literally within the last month, the house sold in that zip code, same square footage as this house, perfectly remodeled, exquisitely remodeled, marble countertops, the whole 9, for the same price as they want for a pre-remodel house.
Shut the front door.
No, and I literally am like, this house sold within the last 30 days. It's the same square footage. It's a comparable. I mean,
Yeah.
like, she's just like, well, this is what we want. It's what we want. It's what we want. This is just what we want. Okay, you're never gonna sell it for that.
It's good to want things. What? No. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's kind of miserable.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because at some point, yeah,
maybe this postcard campaign, maybe this postcard campaign is gonna work. Someone's gonna be like, I'll buy it for that much.
You know, that's hard because it's not you. It's the fact that she's overpricing and she doesn't want to come down.
Yeah. Can you go back to the chart though? Because it was interesting when I was looking at that. Can you tell me how to interpret this?
Okay, so the greens are going to be the price. Blues are going to be the days on market. So this is showing us that the market peaked on price here in March and April. It started reducing in price beginning of June. Look how much the price has reduced since June. So prices are going down.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's a story I could tell.
Yes. Yes. Peak prices for this zip code were, it peaked out really in March because it went down in April. It went up again in May, but I would consider that March timeframe is when it peaked out. That's when peak prices were hit. Things started probably going down. I'm guessing probably started going down because of the way interest rates and everything else on the market was changing. So people realize, yeah, we're going to have to start under, or we're going to have to go lower on our prices if we want to sell more quickly.
Yeah.
You can definitely convey that yes, the prices peaked in this area back in the spring. Prices have been steadily going down. Days on market have been going down as well, but that's directly in relation to price. There is only one cure for a property not selling. That's price. It's not the marketing.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, you do want to do everything you can to market the property, but I promise you it's not the marketing. In fact, I would be interested to see, if you send out the postcard and you put all this, great stuff about the property, talk about the property, but don't give the price. How many calls would you get people interested in the property? It's not the property, it's the price they're not interested in.
Yeah. Should I do that? Let me show you my postcard. I'm going to take back over.
Yeah, take over.
I'm going to show you my postcard because it has a price on it. So maybe I need to take it off.
Low key, I kind of would. I kind of think I would. I know that's weird.
Okay, here's my postcard. It's because it's going to, by the time I buy it, which I was going to try to do today, it's going to go out first part of,
oh, hold on. I'm not seeing the screen.
Oh, you're not? Which screen do you see?
No, it's just us on the screen. Hold on. Let me look. I might have another window here somewhere that I'm not finding.
Oh, sorry. Okay, hold on. Here we go. My bad. That's my bad. So this is the front part of it. And this is the back part of it. It looks bad whenever it's that big, but
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it's like it's kind of themed around Halloween. I just thought it was kind of, I don't know,
it gets their attention. They're like, okay, that's cute. Yeah.
And then I have a QR code for it, and it says, want to take a peek? It will be a treat.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Okay, could you have is the QR code to the listing or just photos? What does that go to?
It goes to this 2945 Moss, which it's like has its own property website.
Okay, you know what? It's a QR code. Why am I asking you? Why am I not just opening this? I don't know. Girl, you can open it up. Okay. Okay, how much control do you have over the listing on the website? Can you take the price off?
I don't think I can take the price off of the website because I think it's Home Pro or Home Snap or something like that, and it just populates straight from the MLS.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that would make sense.
But I could take it off of this part that says offered at $369. I could take that off.
I am super curious to see what people's interest would be without knowing the price.
Yeah.
Because then that would be a telltale sign of, hey, I got calls. However, when I told them the price, they were like, yeah, no, never mind.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that I get a lot more calls because I have had people call from just the sign. And then once I tell them the price, that's our last conversation.
That's the problem. Then that is 100% the problem. It's the price. Oh,
I know, but so my problem is just communicating and validating that fact. I've shown them the comps, and the comps are meaningless to them.
That's hard because the comps are everything to the appraiser, and unless they're going to get a cash offer, that's going to matter.
Yeah, so I've been writing this. It feels awful, but I've been writing this bi-monthly email to her to try to explain like why I haven't sold it, and I'm like, here's the price decreases I'm seeing. Like here's an example of a house that just check this house out. This house that just sold for 640. This is the same price as she wants. This house just sold for 640. And it's beautiful. And her house is
I've
remodel.
seen this one. Yes. This one's
Gorgeous.
it is.
Same square footage. This house is completely redone. And it's sold for what she's asking for. There's no way you can look at this listing and be like, yeah, I can totally get the same amount for my house. That's been the same for literally 60 years. I
Wow.
don't know.
Okay.
But the whole point of this postcard campaign is I would love to get business from it. Yes, that'd be awesome. But mostly it's just to kind of, again, just validate that I'm trying.
Yes, I'm doing everything I can to market the property. It's not the marketing, it's the price. 100%, it's the price.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we say we're going to slice and dice this info? Because we have about 600 names.
Yes, we do. Okay, so I think we should sort it by the property values.
Okay. Where's the property value one?
And go further to the right. Their estimate value. That's what it's called.
Okay, so sort it by the Y. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So it's going to be the people at the bottom of the list that have the lower valued properties. I think those are the ones we could eliminate.
Okay. So see how many people, like, let's look if we deleted all these, see how many would be left. Then we would have, let's see, 479.
Oh, that's good.
Quite that many. 479. So let's see. I needed 21 more. Okay, math's not great, but 38, 28, 18. So okay, we'll just try this. Okay, now we have 500.
500. You're good. You're good.
Okay, so then what's all this other, I guess it's just repeating the information a couple times because.
So it'll have mailing address as well as property address. Okay, here's what's going to be weird for this one. We actually don't need any of the mailing address info because that's going to be the property owner.
Okay.
Not the renter. So yeah, and well, unless you want to market towards the property owners is also on, hey, this might be another investment property for you.
Yeah, now it doesn't seem like the time to do that. So
yeah, we're not.
So all this information is pertaining to the property owner.
Correct.
Yeah, so
correct.
Just hide all that, get all that out there.
And then
I'm kind of desperate, so I might actually like look and see if there's a way that I can, like, I don't know, maybe friend these people on Facebook and try to find them. Is there any other way that I can get to these renters and know their names?
Okay, so let's look. We'll need to look at Remine for that because it's not data that you can export, but it's data that you can view. And I mean, assuming that it is accurate data, you can view the data.
Okay. But it's not on Remine.
It's in Remine. It's it just doesn't export to the spreadsheet.
Because here's all the owners' data for the calling the owners. Okay, cool. But I would have to go individually one by one
to see the renters.
Well, I might not do that then. But I think this is what I needed. I've got my list cut down to 500. This seems like a good list. These are all renters. They seem like my target market. I think this is good.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, the only other direction I can think is, would you want to get that group, that property in front of a group that would be cash buyers? But again, it's gonna look like they're lowballing the property because they're gonna offer closer to what it's really worth.
Yeah. I think that that's not a bad idea. While I have you, if you have time, might as well just show me how to do it. Then I can reference this later if I wanted to go back and actually do that.
Yeah. I mean, overall, it's going to be the investors who are typically the cash buyers.
Yeah.
So I would be looking at investors who either own in the area or own properties in specific dollar ranges, because you know that this property, once it is updated, they're going to remodel it. Once it is remodeled, it's going to be at the value that they're trying to list at. So there you go. But if you can find property owners who are renting and own properties in that same value in that area, I think that's maybe a good, because we didn't narrow that search by property value. I would for the owners.
I think we did by property value.
Did we? I knew we sorted by it, but I wasn't sure if we narrowed that in the search.
No, yeah, we didn't narrow it in the search. We just put on a spreadsheet to
I think we should do that. And it might be a fairly small group of owners, but that's okay. You've already got a good group of 500.
Well, if you think that it's a decent marketing idea, let's just do it so that I can have the data in case I want to do a second postcard.
Yeah, and from talking to some of the realtors and talking to our closing teams, they are still seeing a lot of investors in the market.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go back to the search screen. And the only thing that we need to do here is let's add the property value. And what do you want the minimum to be? Like 600,000?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Just apply?
Yes. Let's try doing, let me think about this. Do we care about ownership time? Oh, you know what? Yes. We want to do property type on this one, building type. Sorry, we want to do building type on this one and do house.
And yeah, I think property timeline, I think we definitely want to have people that it's been less than 20 years at least, if not less.
There
than
you
10
go.
years.
That's what I was thinking. Okay, let's do ownership time.
Okay. What do you think? Less than 10 years or less than 20 years?
Less than 10.
10 years? Less than 10?
I think 5 to 10 is good. People who are still in the 0 to 5, some of those are going to be like, yeah, never mind. We don't want to be landlords anymore. These people, they're committed. 53, that's not bad.
Yeah, let's just add it in.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so save search.
Save search, you got it.
Now, explain to me again what this list is.
This is going to be it's investors, really. I mean, they're all non-owner occupied properties. So these are all landlords of some type. Either they're directly the landlord or they're the property owner and they hire a landlord. Yeah.
So there's going to be the same addresses here, but these are going to be different people and I'm going to be sending to their mailing address.
Correct. You might have some that are the same. You might have some duplicates. You probably will. But
Okay.
because we didn't do some of those other factors on the other search, it'll be a little bit different. The other thing that you might see is you might see the same exact owner repeated because they own multiple properties in the area.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to cart.
Mhm.
Then I'm going to export.
Oh, it was too long.
Okay, this shouldn't take long because it's only a few people.
It's only a few. Yeah, it shouldn't take long at all. But I mean, from what you've said, it sounds like you're doing everything right. You're doing everything you possibly could to illustrate that she's overpriced. It's not you.
I mean, I honestly feel like if they do dump me and get another realtor, they're not going to work as hard as I am. I'm 100% sure of it. I call people every day. Every person that gives me the time of day, I talk to them about this. Like I'm doing reverse prospecting. I'm thinking of new ways to get in touch with people. I mean, I'm doing a lot more than most people would. It's a price, and I'm just hoping in time they'll reach a point where in time they'll need to sell it. I'm hoping, and then they'll be more realistic on the price. Because right now I don't think they need to sell it, and until there's a real need, it's kind of languishing.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
It is.
You hit the nail on the head that they don't have a need to sell it. Like they'd like to, and they'd like to get this dollar amount, but it's not a need yet. Man, that's hard. And you're right. Another agent isn't going to work as hard if they know it's overpriced. They're like, yeah, just let it sit, whatever. Because, I mean, the only other thing that you can do is just kind of keep reiterating, like, I'm getting calls, I'm getting interest. People are interested in buying. They're just not interested in buying it for that price.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to an investor today that I had talked to a couple weeks ago, and they offered 480, and I was like, and my client was like, you don't have to tell me under 500 because I'm not going to sell it for. I'm like,
yes, it's not going to happen.
And I've gotten her 3 written offers because I've been working on this since like March.
Wow. Wow. And you've gotten her 3 written offers, just not at the price she wanted.
Not at the price she wanted.
Like, how much harder can you work? I've gotten you offers. You've had offers. You just didn't want them.
Totally.
Wow. And were the offer prices all like kind of close to each other, or what did that look like?
Yeah, but that was back in like, March and April and pre-market. And it was like, I had them at 550, 570. Like I had it up there back then, but then like, we just like dove off a cliff.
550, 570, they should have jumped on that.
Totally. And I went back to those same investors, of course, I'm not a dummy. And they're like, yeah, we're not interested anymore. Now that the market has changed and interest rate prices are different. Yeah, we're not interested anymore. I'm like, oh, okay.
Dang it.
So for this list, I know that I am going to be hitting up this one, the mailing address.
Correct. Yes.
And then I'm going to be using probably.
And then you'll have that owner. Yes.
Owner name.
All of that. Owner names. That's it. Now, with the other list, you will want to tell that printing company that it needs to be addressed to
beloved renter.
Yes. Make it something nice, not current resident.
Beloved person of Austin that needs to buy a house.
My future buyer. Here you go.
Beloved future buyer.
Yes.
Come on. If you got a piece of mail that said beloved, you'd laugh, right?
I would laugh. I would totally laugh. Yes. And I'm like, oh, okay. I want to call this person because I kind of love this.
Okay, cool. Well, I think I know what I need to know. this has been illuminating to say the least. And please
Good.
do send me the copy of the video. And I maybe won't waste your time next time, but I probably still will just because I enjoy you so much.
Yes.
But this has been really helpful. Thank you.
Good, good. And it's never a waste of time. Just anytime you need me, just let me know, okay?
Thank you.
My pleasure. You have a good weekend.
Okay, you too. Bye, Leslie.
Bye.